Attaboy the Don, nigga. Eastside Zone 6, man. Fuck with AHumbleSoul. Always.
Okay, man, we checking back in on AHumbleSoul, live from the ATL. Got Attaboy the Don in front of the camera.
Zone 6 shit, man.
What's going on with you, man?
I'm just chilling, man. How you doing, man?
I can't complain, bro. It's a pleasure to chop it up with you. You know, man, I got familiar with you while I was in college, dog, for real. It was, I forgot the name of the project, but it was hosted by DJ Ace.
Oh, yeah. That shit was self-titled. That was Attaboy the Don.
Cause then I remember like the novel and
the novel.
Definition of it was projects, multiple projects, Purgatory. It was a lot on. Like, I remember that
the DJ Ace project. That's one of my first tapes. DJ Ace, DJ Scream, but a lot of folks ain't never heard the Bigger Ranking mixtape I did. But actually, I did it. I was locked up. So Bigger Ranking, he hosted it and shit. But all the drops on it, he talking like I'm locked up. So when I got out of jail, we ain't never push it. But it's a raw mixtape. So
what's the name of that one? What's the my bad.
Attaboy the Don.
Oh, that's not the DJ Ace one.
I named both on the same thing because I never actually put out the Bigger Ranking one. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was out a little bit, but we pressed it up a little bit, but we ain't just push it because I was locked up. So when I got out, I redid shit. And I did DJ Scream and I did DJ Ace. But I say them CDs like my first one because I ain't had no internet presence and shit at the time. You know what I mean? Everything was just in the street. We just pressing up CDs, passing them out and shit. I only think I had been on YouTube yet. You know what I mean? You know?
Man, I never forget that switching lanes. I don't know why I still think about that to this day.
Being hard, switching lanes, no showing my chain.
You ain't never do no video to it though, did you?
That was all them songs like we was just first starting out. My homeboy did that beat, one of my partners, named Lucky D.
Okay.
He did that beat, goddamn, you know what I mean? That beat was just raw. That one we were like heavy in the street, you know what I mean? Like we went, man, that we first starting out. That's my first shit, you know what I mean? We wasn't even known outside Atlanta yet, you know what I mean? Yeah.
I remember like when you were saying like the B Green and Trouble. This was before I even knew who they were personally. I just remember hearing them names in that song.
B Green, Trouble, Sosa.
Yeah.
Goddamn Black.
Big Bang. He said Big Bang Black mounted up Maserati thing.
Big Bang mounted up Maserati thing. He had done got a Maserati. A burglar Maserati, you know, in the hood. That shit was like a Lambo back then, you know what I mean? That shit was like a Lamborghini. So all that shit was I was just really just speaking out, you know, I felt like I was the voice for my hood, you know what I mean? Like that was the whole thing with Duct Tape, period, all together. Like we were looking at it as a label, but we still was just looking at it like, boy, this our hood, this our shit. You know what I mean? So when you say Duct Tape, we were down there saying our hood, you know what I'm saying? And man, we just were mashing, man. Like I say I got out of prison. I had went to prison. So when I got out, we started going real hard with the Duct Tape shit. And I say like 2007, Trouble, he was with another label called 211. He was with them and shit. And I just, you know what I mean, was catching wind of him and shit from being around him because he little Dave's cousin. And we'll be going over Dave's house. They got a little studio in the house. So they'll be recording and shit. So I be listening to that shit like, boy, this little nigga hard, shout hard, you know? But he was already fucking with them. Then after a while, he started being with us every day. So we like, fuck that, you Duct Tape, man, you ain't 211 no more. We like basically took him, you know what I mean?
Right.
Like, fuck that, you know? And shit, then it was, you know, me, B Green, Trouble, Dave, Black, RIP my partner, AJ. Man, what's so crazy? AJ gone, Dave gone, Trouble gone. Like, we done took some losses, man. Like, it really just, you know, that shit heartbreaking, bro. You know what I mean?
Man, before we even get into like, I guess more of the somber side, like Duct Tape, what do you think it was about y'all that separated that particular label and I guess y'all as a collective from other, because there's a lot of different other movements and labels within Atlanta.
I feel like,
Especially
for
around
one
that time.
thing, all of us grew up together. Like, all of us grew up together. We was on the block together. So we know each other, like, from the block. You know what I mean? Like, we really grew up even before we was on the block. You know what I mean? Like, elementary school and shit, like, 3rd, 4th grade, shit like that. And so it was just really like a family thing, man. It was just really organic.
Yeah,
As a motherfucker, you know what I mean? I always been like the little nigga from the hood who can rap like hell. You know what I mean? But we just was in the street so much at one point where we ain't never just take it serious. Cause the shit was, we really didn't think we could. I can't say we didn't think we could get that far, but you can't see it when you start. You know what I'm saying? Like, damn, we really made an impact. So we were just doing us. You know what I mean? Cause we already used to be going out and shit. We were already popular. So like, shit, this shit just started making all the sense. We started seeing niggas like BMF, you know what I mean, Gucci them and shit like that. We like, well, shit, we in the street for real. Like, we really got now, shit, well, we can do this shit too. You know what I mean? Like, if they did it, we, shit, no, we can do it this our city. That's how we felt, you know what I mean? So we just started going, just pushing that shit, pushing. And then, like, you know, it was hard for them to accept us. Like, they ain't really just accept us like they did a lot of people, cause we wasn't doing the snapping, popping music and shit. Like, you know, Atlanta, like, was known for dancing and club music like a motherfucker. And that wasn't what we were doing. That wasn't what I was doing. I was doing street shit. I was storytelling and telling my story and some street shit, you know? So my music sounded different. But niggas in the street understood it, but it wasn't the Atlanta sound. You know what I'm saying? So it was a little harder for us, you know what I mean? Like, we really had to beat the streets. Like, we getting 30, 40,000 CDs pressed up, passing them out, hand to hand. You know, when the big names doing shows, having club appearances and shit, we'll paint that bitch with duct tape flyers and posters and shit, you know what I mean? And have people all in the parking lot getting out our CD. You'll think we were performing, you know what I mean? So that was like our little strategy. Like, you come to Atlanta, you go to a big show or something, you gonna feel our presence, period. You know what I mean? And if we in the club, nigga, we finna be in the big VIP. We finna buy hella bottles. We finna turn up in this bitch. You know what I mean? Especially like the strip club, like all the hoes and shit already knew us. Cause we, you know, we Atlanta niggas, so we stay in the strip club. So it just, you know, we had to press the line. But I feel like the radio ain't accept us. You know what I'm saying? Like, the radio didn't accept us. Like, we would have been, I feel like our movement would have been way bigger if the radio accepted us. Like, I got a deal, Black got a deal, Trouble got a deal, all of us got deals because of the noise we were making in the street. It wasn't like we were making noise on the radio. You know what I mean? Like, the radio had their picks and chooses on who they fucked with, you know what I mean? And we wasn't one of them. I know I wasn't, you know what I mean? Like, in the long run, Trouble started getting a little leeway with the radio and shit, you know what I'm saying? I feel like he was a little more commercial than me, you know what I'm saying? So we just went from there. We forced our hand, you know what I mean, more than anything.
Man, do you feel like the reputation or the notoriety from like the street side interfered with them giving y'all certain opportunities?
Yeah.
And that's why y'all had to kind of bogart it a little bit?
Yeah. Because you gotta think our name, bro. Our name, Duct Tape Entertainment. You know what I mean? Then they see the logo and shit, like, so we like, I think when folks are head off back, they thinking negative. You know what I mean? When we ain't see it like that. We just liked the name. We had a clever logo and shit. You know what I mean? And we knew, like, we ain't on that. You know what I mean? But we is on that. Like, we street niggas. We come from the street just like all these other labels. We just, I guess it was a persona. You know what I mean? And it kind of, it probably made some folks scared to fuck with her.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So we had to push a little more harder than the average. You know what I mean?